Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to go through some of Timothy Sykes' CatalystX alerts again today. There was another one that came out this morning, and it was the first losing one I've seen since I joined. And joining is not as easy as you might think, but it is worth it because this service has been pretty much on fire if you're looking for pre-market stock trades rather than options trades. Pre-market, early market, it's a very small window, it seems, sort of around the market open. And Timothy Sykes CatalystX alerts seems to fill that gap really nicely for people. So I've done a few videos and reviews on this already. This one right here, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's for the full Tim Sykes newsletter. It's only $49, total bargain. And the other one is Tim Sykes Weekend Windfall Review. It's a $7 course review. Now the secret here though is this is a $7 course. It's all about how he finds weekend winners. But on one of the upsells within the $7 course, once you go to buy it, you get the option to get the CatalystX alerts that I'm talking about in these videos for just another $20 on top of that. So you can actually get the CatalystX alerts, which are there's like 3 a week, and they're superb. This is the first, like I said, I'm going to show you the first losing one, and it was a really small loss. So the quickest and easiest way, if you just want the CatalystX alerts and nothing else in terms of the newsletter, you'll get a huge course, of course, but $7 course. I'll leave a link in the description below. You go to this page and you go and you click on the purchase Tim Sykes Weekend Windfall Training. That'll pull up this page where he'll give you probably a rather annoying video. Pretty polarizing figure. Anyway, what you can do is you can go down and purchase this $7 course. It's got a 30-day money back guarantee, so there's like absolutely no risk to you. And the trick here is you buy the $7 Windfall Training. It's pretty good. It's quite long, but it's pretty good. And during this process of checking out, you'll get an upsell to the CatalystX alert, so you can buy that for an extra $20. They'll offer you a ton of different things. Each page will say, wait, do you want to buy this as well? Do you want to add this amazing value, never to be seen again? But it can get really annoying, but in this case, you can actually utilize it and get some really good value. You can get CatalystX alerts for a whole year for the $7 for the windfall plus the $20 during the upsell process. So that's probably the cheapest way to just get the CatalystX alerts, and you get all this other stuff that I talk about in the article as well. So that's one way of doing it. They really need to advertise their CatalystX alerts because I have to keep explaining to people how you actually get them. The other way to get them is to buy the whole Timothy Sykes newsletter. So I've done both of these ways. And the Timothy Sykes newsletter is only $49. And you get this XGPT thing that he's talking about. So far it's not really done anything, so I've not been that impressed with that. And I'll show you this stuff in a minute right here. So this is the newsletter, the Tim Sykes newsletter. And you can see the different stuff you get. I've not really talked about the monthly newsletter or the Market Minutes by Tim Bowen yet. I will at some point. I've mainly been focusing on the CatalystX alerts. And so those have been phenomenal. They're quite fast moving, but if you like this type of stock, this is definitely a service for you. So I'll show you if you've seen my previous reviews or whatnot, you'll know the types of stocks. But like he's done like this one, $4 stock, $3.66 to just over $4. So we're not talking like sub penny that often, maybe occasionally. Like there's one for $18, so $17.81 to $18.60. So low cost stocks that tend to move on news basically. And so every week there's been at least three plus of these, which is really cool. And you can get them SMS, so text alerts, and you can get them to your email as well. The alerts have been pretty timely, so I've been quite happy with that. And usually they've been working out. This is the first loser out of like the last 5 to 10 that I've been taking part in or watching. So this one I want to talk about very quickly. If you're able to sign up through one of the two methods that I talked about, what you'll see is dashboard like this, and it has the whole track record as well as the current trades. So yeah, this one was a loser. It was BPTH. So you can see what Tim said in his email right here. Bought BPTH. You bought this many shares at 408, partial fill on this former supernova with positive news. It's all news based, so he's looking for things that have positive news. Supernova is another program that he used to run, or maybe does still, where basically this is what they're doing. They're looking for these huge moves. It's a more expensive program though, so the CatalystX really is a high value for money program. and it's kind of hidden, like I said, in amongst these other newsletters and stuff. That's why I'm trying to help you guys get kind of in the back door to get some of these things. And so he said the positive news on dip off its early highs, goals to make 10 to 20%. This could be fast given the news set up this market. Cut losses is no further spike. So yeah, so it wasn't much information there, but basically he sold this for a small loss. It was at 408 he bought, and he sold at 395. If you look at the chart, you can see why. So this was when the alert came out, right at the market open here on this candle. This is a 1 minute chart. So he bought in at 408 up here where my cursor is. And you can see the support that was forming around this level right here. So a few minutes later, started to break that support, and Tim jumped out around here at 395. And so you can see he cuts his losses really quickly. It's a good thing he did, because this thing just kept trending down and down. So it was a 3% loss. So if you're not one of these people that wants to take 50% losses with options, these penny stocks really offer an opportunity to make some big upside, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% even. But if you're quick on cutting your losses, you can get out for 3 to 5% losses as well. So this was a very quick trade, mainly because it just didn't continue to spike. And you can see that it had spiked. Let me try and zoom out here. He thought it was going to get maybe a continuation on this move that was going on pre-market. So he thought this was going to continue up. Instead it broke down, but you can see he really just took this tiny bit of the move there. So unfortunately it didn't work this time, but honestly this has been one of the lowest cost, coolest services I've seen for penny stocks. Usually you have to pay $50 a month for this type of stuff from Tim Sykes, but with these backdoor methods that I talk about in these articles, where you can go and get the newsletter, Timothy Sykes newsletter, for $49 a year, or you can get the $7 Timothy Sykes weekend windfall course. But then on one of the upsells, they give you the option to get the CatalystX as part of it. The weird thing is they don't give you it on the checkout page, so people are having to buy the windfall training, which is great, by the way. It's quite long-winded. This by itself is worth it, the $7, but the upsells is where the CatalystX appears. These guys really need to, for such a slick marketing machine, you'd think they'd have a really easy option to buy the CatalystX by itself. But people don't even realize it's included in the Timothy Sykes newsletter, but it is. So very strange. Sometimes even these, Tim Sykes is a veteran marketer and trader in this field, so sometimes even they get it wrong, and people don't understand what they're buying. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that's helpful. That was the first one, like I said, that's been a losing trade. Really glad to see him cutting it short, like really quickly. But yeah. So I'll do some more videos on this stuff. Each time an alert comes out, I'll kind of give a quick commentary like that, so you guys can see. We had some nice percentage winners. In this article, I've been keeping a record, actually. Go back to this article. Some of the videos, like here's a 12% winner that Tim Sykes got from the CatalystX just the other week. And there's another couple in here. I think one down here. So you got another good winner here. And I'll put this one as the first losing trade in this article as well, so hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, so the only thing about the newsletter so far that I'm really disappointed in is that they do tout the XGPT, so this artificial intelligence of trade alert, and it's only alerted one, and it's been a complete flop. It hasn't even triggered a buy, so it's not like it's a losing trade. It just never triggered its buy criteria. And that was disappointing. So I think I talked about that in this article too, so you can go and check that out. But overall, I've been really happy with the CatalystX part of this newsletter. So don't be put off by the fact it doesn't talk about it. It's in there, I promise you. It doesn't show it here. Maybe it does somewhere, but they need to show it and market it, because it's a good service for people that want to trade stocks at that time of day. So yeah. Alright guys, hopefully it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.